Royals have long been associated with opulent lifestyles characterized by their luxurious palaces and extravagant spending. Their immense wealth is often attributed to inheritances, investments, and successful business ventures, as well as their royal titles. However, many of us may not be aware of who the richest individual royals in the world are today. So let's dive into the world of wealth and explore the top 12 richest royal individuals in the world. Without further ado, let's start. At number 12, we have an emir who will secure the country's future beyond oil and gas. This is Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani of Qatar. This 42-year-old emir came into power in 2013, and since then, he has been a prominent figure in the Middle East. Besides being the ruler, he is described as a great businessman who has made several high-profile investments and business deals. This not only contributed to his wealth, but also led to the economic development of the nation. The Emir of Qatar has heavily invested in the world through Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund and the Qatar Investment Authority, or QIA. The QIA acquired a 10% stake in Credit Suisse Bank, worth around $5.5 billion. QIA has also invested in several other companies, such as Volkswagen, Glencore, and Barclays. All these take the net worth of the Emir to be over $3 billion. Apart from these investments, the Emir also owns $2.3 billion worth of the iconic Savoy Hotel in London. Apart from these companies, the Emir has also invested in telecommunication, airlines, and real estate, among others. From Qatar, we move on to this small nation of Europe, Luxembourg, to meet our next royal, and this is Henri, Grand Duke of Luxembourg. Henri Albert Gabriel Felix Marie Guillaume was born in 1955, and being the eldest son of Grand Duke Jean, he ascended to the position of Grand Duke in the year 2000. With a net worth estimated to be between $3 to $3.5 billion, he derives his wealth from a variety of sources. These include several privately held by investment funds, as well as commercial enterprises such as real estate, vineyards, and a horse breeding business within the nation. Additionally, the Luxembourg government provides $10 to $12 million per year for his official role as head of state. Apart from this, the Grand Duke also inherits several personal assets, including a number of properties located within Luxembourg and a private art collection worth millions of dollars. Furthermore, he is the owner of a castle in Wiltz that has been passed down through his family for generations and is valued at more than $30 million. At number 10, we have Hans Adam II Liechtenstein, a royal from a small country in Europe. As the head of state, Hans Adam II has played an active role in the development of Liechtenstein's economy and political system. Apart from being head of state, he is also a successful businessman and investor. He owns shares in several companies in Liechtenstein, including a $230 billion worth LGT Group, a private banking and asset management firm. He is also the owner of the Liechtenstein Global Trust, a trusted company that manages assets worth over $200 billion. Besides his business interests, Hans Adam II is also an art collector and philanthropist. He has donated millions of dollars to various cultural and charitable organizations in Liechtenstein and abroad. Adding all this up makes Hans' net worth go up to more than $6.2 billion. The prince also inherits multiple luxurious properties, but the most impressive and expensive of them is this one, a $200 million worth Vaduz Castle. Our next royal is Mohammed VI, the current king of Morocco. Born in 1963, he ascended to the throne in 1999, after his father, King Hassan II, passed away. Mohammed VI is known for his efforts to modernize Morocco and promote economic development. Aside from his role as king, Mohammed VI is also a successful businessman. He owns many companies through his $16 billion holding company called AlMada. This is a giant holding company that has large stakes in big companies like Nareva, which is fully owned by AlMada, that focuses on renewable and coal energy, or Attijara Wafa Bank, which is the country's largest bank. The King of Morocco also has investments in various sectors of the nation, like agriculture, mining, telecommunications, and even dairy products. Aside from this, King Mohammed is also a big landowner in Morocco. His personal holding company Siger has shares in the large agricultural group. The company officially owns 12,000 hectares of agricultural lands, and the net worth of Mohammed VI is over $8 billion. Our next royal is the current ruler of Dubai and serves as the Vice President and Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates. This is Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. This 73-year-old royal is the head of the ruling Al Maktoum family and plays a significant role in the governance of the UAE. The net worth of Sheikh Mohammed is more than $14 billion. This comes from owning several businesses, such as Dubai Holding, which has over $130 billion in assets in 13 countries, and through this holding, Sheikh owns the famous Emirates Airline, a $5 billion airline company which is the largest airline in the Middle East and one of the world's largest carriers. Adding to his investment portfolio, he owns Jumeirah Hotels and Resorts, a luxury hotel chain which generates more than $2 billion. Apart from owning two giant companies, he also owns Dubai Properties, T-Com Group, and Dubai Retail. At number 7, we have Prince AlWaleed bin Talal Al Saud, a well-known businessman and royal from Saudi Arabia. Born in 1955, he got into the family business after his graduation, and now the prince is one of the top investors and businessmen in the nation, with a net worth of $20 billion. This humongous income comes from his smartly invested companies and groups. This includes a $7 billion valued Kingdom Holding Company, which invests in real estate, hotels, entertainment, media, and finance. Also, the $1.7 billion valued Rotana Group, which operates TV channels, radio stations, and a music label. Apart from these, he has $21.2 million worth of shares on Snapchat. He also owns Euro Disney, a news corporation, and Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts. Further adding to his rich life, this Prince of Saudi doesn't shy away from spending his billions on things like a $350 million Kingdom 5KR yacht, a Boeing 747, and an Airbus A321 worth $200 million each. Now we move on from Saudi Arabia to Abu Dhabi to meet our next royal, and it is the ruler of Abu Dhabi himself, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Born in 1961, he became the Emir in 2022 at the age of 61. As a member of the ruling family of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan has access to immense wealth and resources. His personal net worth is estimated to be around $21 billion. Although the ruler doesn't directly own many companies, most of his wealth comes from the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, which is one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds, and the Emir controls it. According to Forbes, the ADIA manages assets worth more than $800 billion and invests in different industries like real estate and private equity. The Emir of Abu Dhabi also has invested in real estate, and as a result, he owns various properties around the world, including some royal residences. The most impressive of them is Qasr Al Watan Palace, valued at around $500 million to $1 billion. Moving on, next we have Mansour bin Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who currently holds the esteemed position of Deputy Prime Minister of the United Arab Emirates. He started his political career in 1997 when he was appointed as the chairman of the presidential office. Nowadays, he's extensively involved in diverse business ventures and boasts investments in several companies situated both within the UAE and abroad. He is the founder and chairman of the $30 billion Dubai-based investment group, Henri Group, which has invested in industries like real estate, hospitality, and technology. In addition to his business interests, Sheikh Mansour is known for his passion for sports, especially football. He is the owner of the Emirati football club, Al Nassr, which is worth more than $2 billion. And of course, he owns the favorite of many, the Manchester City Football Club, which is now worth $4.23 billion, and the net worth of this football enthusiast royal is $25 billion. Next we have the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, or MBS, the most famous royal in the world. Being the Crown Prince, MBS is responsible for Saudi Arabia's economic and social development that we see now. He is currently involved in several high-profile infrastructure projects, such as the $500 billion NEOM megacity. As a Crown Prince, he controls most of the royal family's vast wealth, which is estimated to be up to $1.4 trillion. And though MBS owns multiple multinational companies, a big chunk of his income comes from Saudi Aramco alone, which generates $15 billion each year. The net worth of the Crown Prince is $25 billion. Apart from companies, the Crown Prince has invested in real estate. The prince owns a $301 million French castle, Chateau Louis XVI, and also owns a $100 million palace, Palazzo Leonardo. Besides this, the Crown Prince doesn't shy away from spending millions on luxurious assets. For instance, he has bought a $500 million yacht and a $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting. At number 3, we have the King of Saudi Arabia, a country located in the Middle East with a population of over 34 million people. This is King Salman bin Abdul-Aziz Al Saud. King Salman is known as a visionary ruler, and this is evident from the Vision 2030 program, which aims to reduce the country's dependence on oil exports and diversify the economy. However, at present, the rich nation heavily depends on its oil production, and being the king, Salman controls most of the oil production in the nation. He is heavily involved in the country's oil industry, with the state-owned company Saudi Aramco, which is the world's largest oil producer. The properties from the oil industry are a significant source of his revenue. The company alone generated a $125 billion profit in the year 2022, which is more than the profit of Facebook, Google, and Apple combined. Besides income, the king also has a grand palace called Al Yamamah Palace, which is estimated to be between $500 to $600 million. Next, we have a king from a small nation in Asia. This is Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei. Born in 1946, he became king in 1967 following the abdication of his father, Sir Omar Ali Saifuddin III. And since then, the 76-year-old king has been ruling this small Asian country. His net worth is estimated to be around $30 billion. And this is because the king has invested in all major industries of the nation, like hotels, airlines, real estate, and even telecommunications companies. Being a king of an oil-producing nation, a big chunk of the king's income comes from oil and gas production, which is estimated to be around $20 to $22 billion. And this wealth is displayed by the king through his various expensive assets, such as $1 billion worth of private jets, a huge $2 billion palace called Itsana Nurul Iman, which is spread over 2,152,782 square feet. Apart from properties, he also owns a garage which contains a collection of $5 billion worth of cars. And this car collection includes 600 Rolls-Royces, 450 Ferraris, and 380 Bentleys. At number 1 is the current king of Thailand, King Maha Vajiralongkorn, also known as King Rama X. As king, he plays a vital role in the country's economy and also helps in preserving Thai culture and traditions. And when it comes to his income, the net worth of this Asian king is around $30 to $40 billion. And this amount comes from various business ventures in which he has invested, such as a dairy farm, a petrochemical company, and many more. Apart from these companies, the king also has large stakes in two of the country's biggest commercial properties, Siam Commercial Bank plc and Siam Cement plc, which generates billions for the king each year. Apart from companies, King Rama is also a head of Crown Property Bureau, a $10 billion group, which mainly manages the assets of the monarchy, including land, real estate, and investments. And this significantly contributes to the king's yearly income, and all this income goes into owning some super luxurious assets, like buying 38 private jets and dozens of high-end expensive cars. Thanks for watching the video. Comment down below your favorite part. Also, press the subscribe button and bell icon for regular updates.